So it's 16 weeks until London Marathon, which means it's time for me to showcase my January marathon training shoe rotation. So I've got 5 shoes that I'm using in earnest at the moment. I've used them for the first 4 weeks and I intend to keep using them throughout January unless anything nice and new comes in that really takes my fancy. I've been very lucky to test a lot of shoes, but these are the ones that I'm really enjoying, the ones that are really working for my training. So let's dive in and share what they are. So first up, it's the Nova Blast, and this is taking my easy miles for the week. Now, I did say in a recent video when I got my Asics Gel Cumulus 25 to 100 miles that this shoe, the OnCloud Eclipse, was going to be the next one that I wanted to start putting some of the easy miles in. But I switched up and I've gone for the Nova Blast. This is the one that I now want to push. I do fully intend on having this as a backup and I will use it over the coming weeks. I really do love this shoe, but I have decided to focus on the Nova Blast. I do enjoy this one. I really have been loving it for the easy miles. I just haven't been enjoying it for picking up the pace, which is what the 3 used to be really good at, and other previous versions too. But I've got better shoes for that at the moment. So this thing, the Nova Blast 3, is taking up the easy miles. And the Saucony Ride 17 is another shoe that I'm enjoying for some easy but also moderate miles as well. So we're going through the gears here, working from easy paces up to the top end. This one at the moment has taken a lot of the moderate runs, my zone 2 stuff. Really surprised with this shoe, really surprised at how good it feels. I did this week's moderate run already in it. So this technically is week 5 of my training. I've done week 20, 19, 18, had a down week 17, so now I'm on to week 16, and yeah, this has been a feature throughout all of the weeks so far, or all of the ones since I received it back in December, and I really wouldn't be without it at the moment. This has been a really great addition to the lineup. As I've said in previous videos, Triumph 21, very similar. The fact is, this is an 8mm drop, the Triumph is a 10. This feels more natural to me, and so I'm more inclined to use this than the Triumph. However, this thing, yeah, really good at easy paces and moderate efforts. I'm finding myself almost running too fast in this shoe, getting too excited, which is really bizarre. It's a bit on the heavier side, but the foam, the Power Run Plus, if I can put my teeth in, just works really well. Bounces me down the road, lovely and responsive, lovely and cushioned, does everything I need it to during a marathon training block. And then we move on to the Brooks Hyperia Max. This is my second pair, so you guys know my love for the shoe. I used it up to 416 miles last year before retiring it. Purchased this one on discount with my own money, and so yeah, this is now a big feature in my training block already. I think I started using it in December, around 60 or 70 odd miles in it so far. I really am trying to be cautious with it and not use it too much. It's very tempting for me to lace this thing up every single day. I would run every single run in it if I could, but I know that that's not going to be good and it will wear out very fast. It'll be done by February and that will be no good to man nor beast. So I'm using it at the moment for longer runs and moderate runs. It's switching it up with I've got a lot of zone 2 work in my training at the moment. So it's taking some of the load off the Ride 17, but it's also doing the long runs at the moment as well. So I think I've done a couple of long runs where I haven't used this one, but I am now more inclined to use this one. I used it this weekend, and I fully intend to. I want to use 1 super shoe a week if I can, 2 at a push, but I don't want to use a super shoe more than once. We'll come to which one I'm using shortly, and I'm using that for a workout. So I'm trying to not use a plated shoe on the long runs, and as I've got a good history with this shoe on long runs, this is what is doing it. So yeah, we've got moderate miles going into this one. Long runs, it could do anything I wanted it to really, but that's where I'm trying to use it and be a little bit reserved with it as much as I want to use it more. And the Kvara 14 comes in next, one of 2 workout shoes, and this one's nearly 100 miles, I think 80 something, so this one's doing really well. Really loving this shoe, very impressed. I'm taking this one out on the trails for my undulating workout of the week, so just so you're aware of my structure. I mean, we're at week 16 now, but these first 4 weeks have been very much 10k focused almost, a lot of 10k workouts. The volume's been up, which I'm very grateful for, like in marathon training, but the workouts have been very speed orientated, so we're not in anything marathon specific just yet. That's going to be coming midway through January when we get to about sort of 12, 13, 14 weeks out, in and around that area. So for the moment, I've got short, sharp, speedy stuff, and this is where this thing comes in. This is doing really well. I love it. I put a bold move in my running shoes of the year video, running shoe awards, and I said that I think I prefer this to the Takumi. I'm going to stick by it. I am still really loving it. It's still working really well for me. I'm not getting any issues like I did in the Takumi like I did with this one. This one is serving me really well. As you can see, it's a little bit muddy, a little bit dusty, but that's because we're using it partially road, partially on those fire track buffed out trails, which are a little bit wet at the moment because of the terrible weather. So yeah, this one's doing really well, taking a lot of that type of work where I'm working to hard efforts, not paces. It's just such a good lightweight, fast moving shoe. And then finally, the OnCloud Boom Echo 3. This is the one that I'm using in terms of the super shoe per week at the moment. And this is taking my other workout. So I've got 2 workouts a week, as I just said. One is on the flat concrete and one is out on the trails, using those hills and rolling terrain to my benefits to build some strength up there. But this is the shoe that I use when I'm working more to pace, trying to hit certain paces. I do kind of work on efforts rather than paces, but if my coach wants me to try and hit around 5k or 10k effort, I'll gravitate towards something like this. And the reason I'm gravitating towards this is because in testing, I wonder if I've got it here, yeah. So this is the other one that I really wanted to use, but I do find just slightly that I get a bit of calf tightness after using this. Nothing major, nothing that can't be foam rolled or massage gunned out. And I love using it, but I'm looking at the moment when I'm considering marathon training that my mileage is going to be going up from here, that I am going to be putting in longer workouts. I need shoes that are just giving me no issues whatsoever. I do generally prefer shoes on the firmer side. This is one of those shoes. I love how snappy it is. I love the turnover in it. Like, I love how good I feel. I did this morning's workout in it. This is very wet, very soggy, but I hit some really good paces. Today was 10 by 2.5 minutes off of 90 seconds, very light jog recovery. And I think I averaged around 5:15, 5:16 per mile. I'll try and put K conversions on screen, and I just move really well in this shoe. Very fast, I feel good, I flow well, and that's all I'm looking for, because just like in 2023, I'm just looking to tick these workouts off, get through them and move on to the next one. And this shoe allows me to do that. I feel like I come off the back of these workouts in really good shape, which ultimately is what I want, but at the same time can be a little bit dangerous. We don't want to overstress our body and have something like this mask fatigue. I get that that is an issue with super shoes, which is why I try not to use them too much. But I feel like if I use it once a week, then that's fine. I've been doing that for a while, and this thing gets the green light. So there we go. That's my 5-shoe rotation at the moment for January 2023. Now that might change. I want to try and pick up the Alpha Fly, but we'll see. But there will be other shoes coming in over the year. At the moment, I've used these 5 shoes, bar the odd exception, the Cumulus, whilst I was getting that up to 100 miles. And I think maybe 1 or 2 others, but overall, these are the shoes that I have pretty much stuck with week in, week out. And I fully intend to carry on that way throughout January. The whole idea of a marathon training block is to tick these runs off injury-free, get through them and build up that block, build up that consistency, build up that training load, without getting injured. And so I'm trying to pick shoes at the moment that just work for me. And I'm very hesitant to tinker with that rotation whilst the one that I currently have is working so well. So that's my 5-shoe rotation for January at the moment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you run in any of these shoes? What do you think and how do you use them? Or if you are now building towards your spring marathon, what's your shoe rotation? Would love to hear it in the comments below. Let me know what your staples are, what works really well for you, what keeps you injury free, and what does your body just really like to run in. Let me know. It'd be great to hear from you down there, and we can exchange some thoughts in the comments. That's it from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider giving it a like. Share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I'll see you on the next one. Until then.